Alright. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final round of Season 2 for High Gear as well, and for all RPM. We are back at Spa, Francorchamps, the beautiful Belgian track, and I think they have already started to see what my timing is saying, because didn't get the call when to exactly start the stream, so could be that my timing isn't working properly, because no way that Ross was out already 10 laps in, or 10 seconds into the qualifying. So just quickly put on the telemetry there for you, and I see that we got a dry session, so in the race and in the qualifying as well. So probably the timing is a bit off by maybe a minute, so we need to wait for that. But yeah, I do have COVID right now, a bit annoying, but we will try to see how it will go. So I try to speak as much as I can, of course, and keep you updated. I will quickly need to put something on, so I'll just follow Ross, who's the first one on an outlap. And then I will quickly switch this on. Yep, okay. And we follow him on board for a minute into the tricky turn 1. Let's see where he can go for. I technically can still win the constructors, but Aston Martin do have a big advantage. Although I do see that FCT, or KFC, right, as he's called now, is not here, so I do have one extra car. I will have a quick look on the standings to see what the exact gap is between the two teams, and to calculate how many points they need to get a chance at the constructors. As right now Aston Martin are leading by 60 points, and by my calculation there's still 75 points available, meaning that Aston Martin needs 15 points to get the title. And if we look at the format, that means that Spinoza needs to finish in P7, and then it doesn't matter what Ferrari will do. But Ferrari of course need to get a 1-2 to get at least a chance to win the Drivers' Championship, but we never know. Or Constructors, sorry. Just getting a bit water there from my throat and I see Lewis is setting the fastest sector 1 time, quicker than Colin, and Colin is on the soft as well. So Ross set the first time 1:44.2. Lewis is on an outlap, then it's Captain Blade is invalidated, so I think Colin is the next one to cross the line. Where does Colin go? We of course lost Leo and Rodzilla. They've been banned from the server, and Colin is setting the quickest lap right now, and Captain Blade has just started the lap. Who is the next one on the lap? It's Sprunky, invalidated, so the next one up there is Andrew. Andrew does set a lap, or is on the lap. Where can he go? He goes into P3 at the moment, and then the next one is the one of it is the only Mercedes car run tonight. He's not on the lap, so the next one is Jetfish, and then Al is following as well. And Jetfish goes into P1 faster than Colin on the soft tires. Where does Al go? Al goes out, continues on. Who's the next one to cross the line? There is it. Oh, it's Minotla into P3, and loses now into P3 though, so they're both following each other. The next one is Robestian into P2, and very right in between Jetfish and Colin here. I don't know if Colin is going flat out, because I know he can go faster, but we will have to see about that. I think everyone is going in right now, so the next one is Lewis on the lap. And Lewis invalidated as well, so one of the it's the Haas cars. Oh, and one of the McLarens it's Andrew who's slowing down in the corner. It's a bit dangerous corner there, mate. The only, no, not the only car on the mediums, but one of the cars on the who's on the medium right now is Captain Blade, and he's coming around the bus stop chicane, taking it very cleanly there. Good exit to the line, P8. And where does his teammate Craig on the softs go? He goes into P5. Now, who's the next across the line? It's Sprunky. Sprunky's going for a second lap. And that is P5 from him. So a lot of drivers are getting a lot of positions. It's a bit difficult to keep up because I want to do a quick rundown, but a lot of drivers are finishing the lap, so we'll just follow that for a second. As Brandon on the mediums goes into P6, and that's also a good lap, only 7 tenths behind. But Smiltner is also improving. He hasn't set the best of laps so far. 6 tenths quicker in the middle. After the middle sector, he goes into P6 with some margin. As you see, the next one is on an out lap. It's no, who's that on? It's Sebastian going into the pit lane, and then Jetfish. So right now, after what we have, we see that Jetfish is on provisional pole with the one. Rodzilla got, I think it was Rodzilla, because Rodzilla let someone else drive for him, is what I heard. I don't know for sure, but at least he got banned for that, for a reason, because we can't allow that in our server, so he got banned for that. And Lewis now going for the line in P4, so he's selling the caps are really close. Robastian is not that far behind Jetfish here, and then Colin is 10 behind that one on the soft tires. Lewis in P4. Lewis is very close behind that, and then a bit of 1/10 cap to Sprunk. He was not sitting a lap right now, and then I think Brent is just starting his lap. Yeah. And no one else is going for a lap. Esmeralda is in P7 so far. It's the position he needs to at least get the championship for Aston Martin. As Brandon on the medium tires is in P8. Craig is in P9. Ross is in P10 on his outlap, and if he wants to continue with the Ferrari, he needs to get some points. Andrew is in P11. Captain Blade in P12, and Jamelkovic, Bakker, and Brent and Al haven't set a lap, but most are on the lap, but they have invalidated so far already. Now we watch Al for a bit wide there on the corner. Where does he go? Difficult track, a long track. Difference in setup is available if you choose the more corner setup with a bit more downforce. Oh, and Al has lost it. And can he keep it out of the wall? No, he can't. He just hit the wall there. Only lost a bit of wing damage, so that's not too bad. At least he didn't crash out of the session. So Ross is starting his lap. Where does he go? Who's next on the lap? Lewis is on the in lap. Colin is on the starting his lap. Sebastian is on the out lap. So I think Ross is the next one to cross the line, as Brent has invalidated. Yeah. So we'll just follow Ross for a second as he goes purple into sector 1, and he's up on his time. And welcome all in the chat. I see you guys, and I need to have some bit of, yep, okay. So we will just follow him for a second here to see if he can finish the lap. And where does it put him? And I see in the chat as well that FCT is still coming. He has some time left in the qualifying session, of course, to still join. Where does Ross go? Can he come close to his teammate? He goes into P7 with a 143.4. Now Colin is the next one to cross the line. Where does Colin go? Colin has invalidated, so still not optimal for Colin here. Who's on an out? Oh, almost all on an outlap. I think Andrew is the next on the lap, or is it Brent? No, Brent is invalidated again. So we will just quickly follow Andrew. He's the next to cross the line. And he's 1 second up on his time. And gone purple into sector 2. Where does he go? Can he match his teammate maybe? Well, he's up in P5 at the moment. If he continues this, he could get close to maybe Smotla and all the other cars. And does he have a good exit? Where does he put his car? He goes into P6, just behind his teammate, and it's almost the same lap as who's that? Who's the Robastian is going in again? He invalidated. Who's on the lap? Lucis is on the lap. Lucis is on the lap and he's quicker in the middle sector. Now where does he go? Some small yellow flags. I think it's Bent or Brandon. Is that? Yeah, he has lost it on his lap, so he can't improve so far. And Lucis goes into pole position with 124.4, and that's a good lap. And now Smotla is not across the line. Lucis is on an out lap. Who is on the lap? It's Bakker is on an out lap. Everyone is on an out lap. Captain Blade is not on the lap. I think most aren't on the lap right now. Lou is starting his lap. Andrew is set his lap. Sprunky has invalidated. A lot of invalidations here. Oh, Brandon is... No, I was just saying it was the sector 1 which he was improving. He's not improving and Smotla already invalidated again after starting his lap. A lot of invalidations here. So we will follow Lewis then. And Shaq joining us in the chat. Supporting the Haas drivers. Currently in P11 and P12, so they hope to maybe improve their positions. Oh, Lewis has lost it and he saved it beautifully. A lot of smoke there. Almost did a Giovinazzi in the corner. But these tires are done out. And I don't think they have enough time left to maybe go in and go out again, because I think my timing is not correct. I need to see if I can see the timing of on my test system here. How much time is available? No, I can't, so that's really annoying actually. Because there is a difference in the time so far. That's something you know, as Colin is just setting the fastest lap, and let's see how our champion is driving around this track. Who is Jetfish ahead? Jetfish is ahead, so we just quickly skip to Jetfish for a quick moment, or is Smotla also on the lap? No, he invalidated of course. So quickly follow Jetfish here as he's up on his time. I think he's followed by Sprunky there. So can Jetfish regain his provisional pole position here? He looked very quick in the Monday practice race. He cannot improve. And can Sprunky maybe improve? Where does he go? He goes into P7. Only a small improvement from him. Now we focus on Colin. Colin is 9 tenths quicker at the moment. And we'll put him 4 or 5 tenths up on pole position. But there's someone ahead. It's Brent. He's moving out of the way. Wow. Colin on the last corner is beautifully done. And he goes into P1 with 141.8, and that's a 6/10 gap, and that's very big. Now Ross starting his final lap. Can anyone get close to Colin here? As I think maybe Ferrari are trying to do some smart tactics here. Up through a Rouge from Ross here. Can he gain some time from the slipstream from Colin ahead? Moving late. Didn't see if he got any improvement out of that one. And Jamaicovic is also starting his... No, he's not going... Or is he going for a lap? He's just slipstreaming one of the cars ahead. And now Bakker also starting his lap. Brent is on the lap. Everyone is now on their final laps. Who's the first to cross the line? Is it Sprunky? It is Sprunky. But Sprunky is slowing down. So it's one of the Haas... No, Captain Blade is on an outlap. Oh, and Craig has retired and Lucis is retired. Not on track though, I think. It's Andrew. No, Andrew's on an outlap, so it's Brent is the next to cross the line. He hasn't set a lap so far. A lot of people on the last corners right now, so it's a bit annoying. A lot of traffic. Oh, run a bit wide there at the end. But you missed the corner just a bit, the apex, as he goes into P4. That's a good lap from him. And now is Ross is not improving his time, whereas Brandon is on an outlap. Who is that? Lewis on an outlap as well. Just starting his lap. Who is the one going for a lap right now? Jamaicovic not going for a lap. Barker is the next to cross the line. Where can he go? He goes into P6, just behind his teammate there. And speaking about his teammate is 4 tenths up at the moment. Can he go for the front row? Oh, and Sprunky has retired in the pit lane, I think. As you see, the flag is out, my timings aren't correct, and Robesian goes into P2 with a 142.3. Now that's a good lap from him. Jamaicovic is not selling a lap, so he is starting in P15. Al is in P16, also not selling a lap. Captain Blake cannot improve, he will be in P14. Andrew is on small improvement, almost equal on his older time. Can he do a good last sector as Ross has retired? Need to see where. I think out on the entry of the corner. Andrew not improving. Then we will just follow. Brand is going in, so Lewis is the next one to cross the line. And then after him following is Benter Brandon. And FCT didn't have enough time to join us, unfortunately, so he cannot make it as Lewis improves to P6. Where does Benter Brandon go? He's 9 tenths quicker at the moment. And he goes into this onto the first row in P2 with 142.2 and only 4 tenths behind Colin at the moment. And Bakker is not improving as well, same for Smnotna here. And I think that's it for the qualifying. So Colin on pole position, an absolutely quick time. He is followed by Benter Brandon. The Mercedes car has also been showing a lot of pace this season. He's in P2, Robesian in P3, and Lucis in P4, Jetfish P5, close behind. He did have pole at one point, but he lost it again. Brent in P6, Lewis in P7. So we do have 7 different teams in the top 7, and then we got Barker in P8, Andrew in P9, Sprunky in P10, and then with a free tire choice we got Ross in P11, Smnotla, the Aston Martin car, down in P12. And with Colin scoring a lots of points with maybe winning, he needs to improve his time. Craig and P.O. Not sure what happened. What's going on? Did the AI just... Oh. Did the AI just crash on their own? They just crashed into each other. I've never seen that before. Right, we go back to the standings as Craig and Captain Blade, both Haas drivers in P13 and P14, and Jamekovic not selling a lap time, same for Al there, so they will start on the back of the grid. Just quickly... Yeah, I don't know what happened there exactly, it's very weird. And but yeah, it's at least it didn't happen while the real drivers. Just waiting for the drivers. And we are about to start the formation lap. Just checking my water is already... I don't have any water left. Just taking a quick... Ooh, an FCT, yeah, he's just joined, but I think it's just too late there. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah, clicked the wrong button. So we go to the tire and enable both of these ones. Ross has chosen the soft tires and Craig has chosen the soft tires. Everyone outside of the top 10, apart from these two guys, have chosen the medium tires. So let's see the season finale. I think just have a quick look at the so if Sminotla doesn't finish the race, so it means he will get 0 points. I need to check what position. So that means that both Ferrari cars have to finish in the top 5 to at least get a chance of winning the constructors. And right now Ross is in P11, so he needs to gain at least 6 positions, is it? Yeah. So it's a tough challenge, but we saw Deck go from P16 to P2 in mid-gear yesterday, so you never know, and still a lot of DNFs can happen. I don't hope that we finish with 5 drivers though, because that will be a bit of a carnage. But to be fair, the first corner could get a bit difficult because it is a hairpin and everyone is choosing positions, and it always ends in trouble, at least from what I know. And then up sideways, maybe through a rouge, it could get very nasty. So we just following the cars onto the grid. Oh, Bakker and Andrew goes it. As we are lining up, as we see Colin is lined up there, perfect. Oh, this is a good shot, to be fair. Wait, look at this, beautiful shot. As we go, what's happening with my tables? There we go, 5. 5 red lights. Okay, let's go. There we go. We are gone. And who has the better start of the front two? It looks like Benter Brendan got a good run on the outside. Can he keep close? A lot of cars are going wide. I need to see. Yeah, and Benter Brendan is into first, but can Colin follow right now? The Ferrari driver following. Can he? But here he comes. He comes around the outside. Can he go with the traction? Oh, and Ross is retired, and that's a big crash as Captain Blade. Ooh, and that's a scary one. In the background, and we got a virtual safety. We got a full safety car, and Colin really took the lead. But that looked like a nasty crash up a rouge. On the top of a rouge. I just saw it quickly in the mirrors there. From Jamaicovic. Big crash, 2 cars on the track. So yeah, that is a big one. And we do have a safety car. No one else has picked up damage. I just checked the test system. Oh, I got an invite for a game. I can't. And yeah, I think Ross is joining us in the chat. Yeah, that's it. That's unfortunate, mate. So I do, after all that, as Martin has got the... Oh, and Colin has gone in, and same for Brendan. And Jetfish continues some different strategies. Interesting. And Aston Martin have won the Constructors' Championship. And Bakker is disqualified, blocking the pit lane. What's happening there? I need to get an explanation from him, because I don't know what happened there. A lot going on. We only have 3 corners of racing so far, and we already lost some drivers. Right now, Colin chosen for the medium tires. Can he take them to the end? I don't know. We will have to see. As we know that the soft to mediums is easily possible, so... And Brian is also joining us in the chat. He was 1 minute too late. That's very unfortunate, mate. We'd love to have see you race again after missing last week. But a lot has happened. So the drivers who haven't gone in the pit lane are the top 8, and from that means that Lucis, Russian, and Jetfish didn't follow all the other cars. Yeah, match for 21 laps is no way, that's a puncture. I do think this. I think he's going for what he's trying to do is mediums to softs, maybe softs at the end. Because right now, yeah, mediums to softs. I think that I know Colin did Monday practice race with me, and he told me the tire was pretty high for him, so there's no way that he can take him to the end, because that's way too long, still 20 laps to go. Just looking at the tire wear, I will have a quick look. Yeah, from Smiltla, for example, is already at 8 or 9% on the medium tire, so there is no way that you can take these cars or these tires to the end. So interesting to see, because that means that Colin has to do, if Jetfish can pull over one stop, and same for Colin. So Colin needs to catch up to the cars ahead, but he will have the softer tires near the end. So it at least creates some interesting strategy here. And the safety car is still continuing, and this safety car is always taking very long at Spa. I noticed that for sure yesterday. It takes like almost 3 minutes here to complete the lap. 3 minutes. Normally you can do around three racing laps in Monaco, whilst 1 lap of safety car in Spa. So both McLarens behind each other as well. They are in a good position, to be fair. Just have a quick look right now. I do have the time. I don't think we have any questions for the from the what's it called, the press room. I mean, I don't think. No, we do have only from last week, so that's not good enough. We will just quickly check the high gear standings, maybe if we can see if someone's Spinotla is already in P2. So the battle for P3 is between Jetfish and FCT. FCT is not here, so Jetfish will get that as well. Looking at the constructors though, the only battle we have is AlphaTauri, Mercedes and Alfa Romeo. There's only 14 points between these 3 teams, and we got 2 AlphaTauris, we got 1 Mercedes car, and we got 1 Alfa Romeo car. So AlphaTauri, I think they're also the car ahead of this. They're in P7. It's still for P7, we don't know, or we don't care that much, but still it's some interesting battles to see, because every championship has already been decided. So this is just a fun way to end the season on a high for maybe some drivers, and carry their good ending into season 3 if they continue to race. And maybe we will see some drivers going to mid or low gear. Not low gear, that will be very I mean, then you're very much off the pace, but we do see some promotions, I think, from mid gear to high gear and all gear. Wait, I will check all gear. Where's all gear? As the safety car's gone in, by the way, so I need to safety car restart. Where is all gear? There is all gear. Yeah, it's also between Aston Martin and Ferrari, but the gap there is Ferrari is, oh no, that's still from last. Yeah, we scored some points, so I don't know what the battle is between there right now. I do think that Ferrari have scored more points. No, that's not true. I think it's fairly equal. So what they joined. So we will see, as Jetfish has a beautiful restart here. Already gone 7/10 on the cars behind, and we'll see if someone has got a good reaction time. No, everyone is just following cleanly, and Jetfish is gone. The soft tires are gone, and now I think it's Jamaikovic's. What is he doing? He's dropping to the back again. He did the same, I think it was Bahrain, and he done it at every restart. Maybe he just wants to drive at the back of the grid. I don't know. We'll have to see, as Brandon is now close behind. Okay, Ivo, if you can do the calculations quickly for me on how many points they need, then I will have an eye on that. As Spinotla is now lost up, he's fighting Al here. Where is Al? Al is on the outside. And Spinotla is under pressure, a bit weaving there, maybe caught tires. Al is putting a lot of pressure on him currently, and it's creating some form of train behind him with Craig and Colin in as well. And Colin is, this is the time, all the time Colin is losing right now. His Craig has gone a bit wide, and now Colin is on the inside. And Colin is not completely past, but he is right now on the outside. And all this time he's losing behind these cars means he needs to catch up to Jetfish again. So it will be very interesting. And can he immediately follow Al here? It seems like it, as Brandon is also going for an overtake on the inside. A Blanchimon, and he is passed as well. So Craig is losing out some time on these soft tires, older softer tires. Now Sebastian's going for the fastest lap. And he is closing in. I don't know if the DRS is activated right now. We will just have to wait for that. Ooh, and Colin has run a bit wider. Now Brandon is on the inside. Does he have better traction? They are still almost... No, Colin is ahead. But Colin, I think, braked a bit too late and tried to avoid the collision, of course. That's very good from him. But now, does Brandon have a better slipstream? No, it seems like Colin has better straight line speed, so we will have to wait. And now see Brian, it's very weird what he's done there. I don't know why you would give up 6-7 positions without even fighting, as Colin is now looking on the inside of Al. Can he go for it? He is past, and that's a beautiful overtake. It looked like Al did let him get past a bit, or maybe he just missed the corner. He is on auto medium, so to be fair, so we will just have to wait for that one. And yeah, indeed it is a crazy start. We've seen a lot of things happening from where people have started the race. And here we do have some gaps. I don't know if DRS is activated right now. Don't think so. It will be activated on lap 6. So see if Robestian, this is the gap he has currently. He needs to be within 1 second coming up to Rally on there. Oh, and Smolotna and Colin are side by side. And now Colin on the inside and Smolotna is trying to switch back. As Craig is losing out another position. Oh, and he's almost spun there. Now fast lap from Colin as well, as Sprunky is following. Can Sprunky go on the inside? Yeah, he is past as well. So Craig is losing out a lot of positions, but he's coming for the switchback. Up side by side. We just quickly switch to the leaders after this, but they are side by side up to Aruz. This. Oh, and there is Craig. He's gone. He did save it though. He hasn't lost out, and now Colin is already past Andrew here. And Craig is retired. Oh man, he saved it beautifully, and then yeah, he saved it beautifully, and then he retires on the track. So that's a bit of an annoying thing to do, but Colin is flying through the traffic, I would say, as he's already up, almost up. What is Craig doing actually? His car is still there. Alright, now still. Colin now following loosest. Can he already do it in Blanchimont? I think he will be waiting for the DRS though. Yeah. Oh, he's a bit switching between the gears. No, he's going. No, he's not going before it. Now he has the DRS. Now he's waiting for it. Oh, and Robestian and Jetfish already going in on lap 6. So the tire wear is fairly high, because we do have had 2 laps of safety car, and you could easily take them. I could take them to lap 8 while starting on a soft tire. So. And that was without safety car, so I think they've gone in a bit early, but that's my opinion. And now Colin does have free air. I would love to see Colin maybe try to get to the end, just to see if he can pull it off, because he can save the tires now. He's in P1. And Spinotla is also going for it on the other McLaren. McLaren are losing some positions now. Oh, and Brent is past Brandon there. And Sprunky and Lewis are also fighting, so a lot of battling happening now with the DRS. And yeah, Jetfish of course and Robestian have gone in there, still fighting. And Colin is already gone in the lead. Of course, it's never finished, because he could crash out, and we saw that last race out. And now Al and Brent are fighting as well. Brent having a beautiful race coming back there. And now can Brent go for it? on the out? No, he's on the inside. Oh, and Brandon is also following them. Will it be 3 wide into this corner? No, it will not. Do we see a dive from someone? Watch out for your wing. Or don't not spin out. Andrew has gone in. And Colin is setting the fastest lap. Now, these guys are closing in a lot on each other right now. And Brand is going for the dive on the inside. So that means he will not have DRS, but he pushes Al a bit wide. And now can he create the gap? And now Brandon is also just about going past there. And can he have the slingshot on Brand? Brand doesn't have DRS, so he will lose out massively on this one. That means that... Oh, and Al is also... We got 3 wide almost here, and there we go. And Al on the inside now. Can Al go on the inside? And Al takes 2 positions back there after a rouge. And now all are closing in. Sprunky closing in. Jim Lewis closing in. Oh, and they're still side by side. Oh, and Brandon on the inside right now. Oh, and same for the both AlphaTauri cars. And Brandon is past again now. Oh, and I think someone almost hit the barrier there. It's Brent, or maybe Al did hit the barriers. Oh, it looked like from that point of view that you spun. I don't know who Bryant is. So he's in joining us in the chat as well. I'm talking about someone who got banned. Oh, and Brent has lost it. Oh, that's a big crash. And now we got a safety car. So this is a beautiful opportunity for the leaders to go in, and Lucis is a good position. Colin is going in again. Now, I know that if you go to the mediums right now, they can take to the end. Lucis is going in. Smutla is going in. Brandon is going in. Al is going in. Sprunky is going in. Lewis is going in. Jamaicovic is going in. And I do think Robastian and Jetfish are continuing, of course. And will they come out ahead of the rest of the cars? Robastian is passed, and I think they can all go to the end. So Robastian is passed. Jetfish is passed. Yep, and everyone else is in. Oh no, Andrew is continuing. Andrew is also gone in, so Andrew is coming back in P7. Some people have chosen the hard tires here. Oh, they can choose the Captain Blade. Alright. So we do have a little bit of explanation in the chat going on about the crash up a Rouge here between the Haas car of Captain Blade and Ross, the Ferrari driver. And they chose the hard tires because they started on the medium tires, and that means you cannot go to the mediums again. You need to switch from tire. And I'm just quickly looking at a video that Ross sent in the Ferrari chat to see. Can I look on the crashes? He's coming up through a Rouge and a lot of slowing down, and then Captain Blade, and that's a big crash. Now I don't want to say anything because I know what happened at Spa multiple times in that corner and how it looked, but that was a scary impact as 2 drivers collected each other and went in the right side into the wall and then bounced back on the circuit. But it looked like beautiful helmet, by the way, from Sprunky, as I'm looking at the onboard right now. It looked like the Captain Blade slowed down a little bit, and Ross went on the outside, and just at that as he went wide, they collected each other, and then they went hardly into the wall and both lost his tires. Now, of course, it's a dangerous crash, yeah, but it's fortunately in game, so nothing bad happened, as we will get another safety car lap, but we lost already 5 drivers tonight, and we aren't even half past the race, and we already got 2 safety cars as well. Though Robastian and Jetfish still... Oh yeah, Al is going in again, so he will probably choose the medium tires. He only loses... what is it? Oh, and Jamaicovic is chosen the soft tires, and he's now going back to the mediums, I think. He just has the same problem. Oh, Al is going for the soft tires. Interesting. Very interesting. Because he needs to take them 12 laps. Or 13, no 12. And that's a long time. But it is possible. And I think if he's good on his tires, it's definitely an option you can choose. Frankie did stay out on the hard tires, so... And we love the conversation in the chat. Thank you for guys for joining in. Who's R2D2? Is he racing tonight? Or is that Robastian? Is that the one? Because maybe Marco is going for the Alpine drivers, because he drives for Alpine, and I know Robastian is driving for Alpine right now, so... But that's a guess, so I don't know. Yeah, who's R2D2? That's my exactly the same. I have exactly the same question, because I do not see him on my driver's list. So maybe it's a nickname from someone who I don't know, or maybe I do know. But oh, it's Jamaicovic. I can't pronounce his first name, so I just call him Jamaicovic, because I do not want to try, and I don't want to look bad or pronounce his name wrong, because Jamaicovic or Jamakovic is easier to pronounce, so yeah, I'll just stick with that. It's easier for me. And then the safety car is going in again. Everyone on fresh tires. Mutla is going for the soft tires as well, interestingly enough. We see now Robastian has actually gone ahead of Jetfish, whilst all the other things were going on, and I did miss that because last time Jetfish was in front. So now we will see, can Robastian get a good result? We will follow from Colin his onboard to see when does he go. Does it create any chaos here? And I know it's on reduced safety car, but I do not hope for another safety car. Just give them the virtual safety car, that's alright. And he did go, I think he couldn't really create a gap here, so Jetfish is still very close behind. Everyone is close behind each other. Oh, and behind there's a bit going on there as Al is overtaken. And Smidotla now going on the inside of Lucis here on the soft tires. And Lucis is already losing out. There's now Brandon is also very close behind Lucis as well. Lucis is dropping some positions here after the restart. And can Lucis follow? No, he's still following Smidotla. Up ahead, everyone is still in the same position. So we do have some fighting going on in the mid pack here. Oh, and I see Al and Sprunky are also fighting. So can Al on the two compounds softer on the outside, much more grip here, but it's the outside line, so it's off track or offline, I mean, and it's difficult to overtake. Can he now? Does he have a good run here? Smidotla is chosen for the soft tires, so he could attack as well. We will just see if Al is following close behind here, and up ahead, if I think Robastian is probably gone right now, but we see that Smidotla is now, I just really checked by the way, I was a bit distracted, as Colin is looking for Jetfish on the inside, but now Smidotla has a good line. Does he go for the dive? No, Colin does go for the dive, and we see some yellow flags behind. Who is that? Oh, that's a board. That's ow. Now Colin got a 3-second time penalty here, and now Spanotla's going for it as well on the fastest lap on the outside. Colin does have a 3-second penalty though, so that will not help him here. I think someone else got a 3-second penalty as well. Colin is now following up through Rouge. I don't know if the DRS is activated. We will have to see. I'm not sure. I don't think so. No, it's not. Now Colin on the slipstream, and with the ERS Jetfish. No, it's Spanotla also using ERS here. They are going side by side up through. Oh, it's Aston Martin v Ferrari here. And a beautiful fight between our first and second place drivers in the championship. They had a beautiful fight as well last time out, and now Colin is on the inside. Spanotla's got pushed wide a bit. Now Spanotla's on the inside, Colin on the outside. They're still side by side here, and a beautiful fighting again, same as last season. And now Spanotla's gone, but now the switch back from Colin. Colin is on the inside of Pool here. Oh, and it's now outside, and can he switch back? No, he hits the back. And did he pick up any damage? He did not. So beautiful fighting from these two cars here, and all that is going on. We see some gaps forming as well, and Brendan got up into P5, and Al's losing out. He did have wing damage, so you would have to see. I know Evilmaster is loving Spanotla right now, as his Aston Martin has just put up got past the Ferrari drive, and now Spanotla is also looking for Jetfish, and Colin is still right behind. So we got the top 3 in the championship are right behind each other right now on track, and they are all fighting for maybe potential win, but still for a podium place. So Colin now beautiful, much more overspeed. Now the DRS, they all have DRS on Jetfish. And who's going where? It's Spanotla. So he wanted to go on the inside, but he's lost out here. Now Colin is passed, and Spanotla is stuck behind here, and he's choosing a different line. Better exit than Jetfish now on the inside. And he is passed again, so now he needs to follow Colin whilst he still has the fresher tires, because otherwise he will run away with it. And he does have a 3-second penalty. Now he's also close behind Robestian as well, and Al has gone into the pit lane, I just noticed. And now Brandon, with all that fighting, is closing in on the top 2 cars, as Colin is already looking to overtake here. Pick up Dome. I don't know who it is, or what you mean, check. Now he does have a good exit here, and Robestian is letting him past. Or are they both slowing each other up? No. Well, all that fighting is going, Spanotla is gaining a lot of time, so they are probably not wanting the DRS right here. And Spanotla is looking, Robestian going defensive, but can Colin already create the second gap? Because if he can, it doesn't matter that Robestian let him pass, because Colin is right now setting the fastest lap. And Spanotla is also going on the inside. And it's a front wing going from Spanotla there. He's lost his wing, and now also they don't have a DRS on Colin, so Colin is passed. This worked out beautifully for Colin here. And now Jetfish is also looking, and Jetfish overtakes Spanotla. Spanotla doesn't have a wing here. Up through the Rouge. And there comes Jetfish. There he comes. Can he also get past Robestian here? Can he make 2 overtakes in one? He's on the inside. And I think Brendan is also passed, and Jetfish is passed again. So now he needs to stay within 3 seconds of Colin, which will be very difficult, but it is possible. And now Spanotla is losing a lot of time. So yeah, definitely amazing racing here, and beautiful overtaking. Now, Mr. Evilmaster, I need to ask you, as Spanotla is dropping some positions, what is it looking in the Algeria constructors right now? Because Colin is leading currently, and Spanotla is dropping back a lot of positions because of his broken wing. He will be hoping for a safety car, of course. Not a lot of laps left as Brandon is looking for an overtake on the outside of Sebastian at around this corner, and that will be very difficult, but they keep it through. Andrew picking up a 3-second penalty there. Now can Brandon follow on the outside of Blanchimont, doing a Max Verstappen there. Beautiful overtake. And that's very well done from him. And a beautiful overtake. One of the season, I think, maybe. And we do see Sminotla coming in then. Just this isn't the race he has hoped for. Sprunky also gone in, and the same for Al here. So Colin is now gone. He's almost outside of the 3-second penalty range here. Now we will see the fight for the last podium position, which is right now between, I think, Lucis, Sebastian and Brandon here, as Sebastian is now going for it on the inside. Oh, small tap there. He needs to follow. He's dropping some positions. He had a very good quick start. Don't know if he's got anything. Lewis versus Bottas, and I know what you're thinking about, because maybe it is Silverstone 2019. If you know that, I think you that's what you mean, Shaq. And Jamakovic isn't right now. Jamakovic, he's gone into P7, so he's gaining a lot of time. Oh, as I said, that he picks up a 3-second penalty, and that is very annoying for him, as Lewis is also seeing a lot of penalties ahead of him, which will help him out. Smodla now in P10, and that is not a lot of... Is my chat behind or something? Because he was only telling me right now that we got moving on the braking. And it was a bit of moving on the braking, yeah, to be fair. Just looking to see if we do have any gaps, and Sebastian does have DRS, so can he close in again to Brandon enough to get another good run up. But also Brandon is closing in on Jetfish, so we could see a fight for P2 here in the last laps. And all that fighting will help Colin, of course. If Colin doesn't pick up another penalty, I will just have a quick look. How are the penalties looking at the moment? We are looking at the warnings here. And Colin has 5 warnings. Meaning that if he picks up another warning, he will get another 3-second penalty. Brandon also has 2 warnings. Same for Sebastian. So they also need to look out for their warnings. If Colin gets another warning here, he will pick up another penalty, and that's not what you want, of course, because then it means he has to gain 6 seconds of time, and although it is very close, he's already 4 seconds gone right now, and that means he will still have his win. The guys behind are closing in, so it's been a lot closing in massively on Sprunky. As Lewis is still behind. Oh, and Sprunky picks up another 3-second penalty. Now Brandon very close behind on Jetfish, as he started on the front row, because if you remember correctly, and he did the same strategy as Colin here. Now he does have 2 lap younger tires, and can he maybe go for that position? Oh, and Lewis is out. I don't know what happened. Oh, he spun, or what did he do? Where is he? Need to see from the onboard of... Please do not remove him, I want to see what happened here. Where is he? He's almost at the end of the track. Did he miss... Did his brakes fail, or what happened there? Could be, he was looking very good, so... Now Brandon on the overtake on Jetfish, and he is passed. And still got a yellow flag. No, it's gone. Alright, no safety car. I would have maybe made it a bit more exciting, but Colin is very happy to see that it is not a safety car or a virtual safety car, even, because that means he has less time to gain, but now can Brandon close in on Colin? Because if he can keep this time and Colin does pick up another penalty, he would be on to win his first race in RPM, and that would be very nice to see. But of course Colin is deserving this race very much right now, as we still have 5 laps remaining here, and he has a gap of almost 5 seconds, as Jetfish is losing out some time, and they are all in the DRS, so still a lot of battling going on for the podium positions here. So I will have to quickly take a sip of my water. And we are back here. So I'm back. I need to, my voice is hurting a bit. Oh, and we got a yellow flag. Oh, and I accidentally switched on to Al here, as Jamaica is also created a yellow flag, and Andrew missed the corner a bit there as well. Now Jetfish is following. We still got a yellow flag here. Can Jetfish overtake Brandon? Brandon is on. This fighting will help Colin out massively, because if they go side by side, no, they do. No, yes, they are. Oh, they're glitching through each other here. Both the Mercedes and the Red Bull car here. The gap is already 5 seconds, so they lost 6, 7 tenths in that small fight, and that is helping Colin out massively. Yes, he only has 3-second penalty, but I'm talking if he picks up another warning. That means he will get another penalty. He is looking good to not get that, but still. I will have a quick look at the penalties right now, as we see 3 seconds from Andrew, 6 from Jamaicovic, and 6 from Sprunky, and 3 from Colin, of course. So some penalties are there, not that many. Of course, it is, I would say, easy to get a track limit warning, but also Spa is, I think, a bit of a wide track, so it's more at the exits. Like here, as Minotla exactly picks up a penalty right as I said there, that will not help him out. And now the gap is already 6.5 seconds to Colin, so Jetfish is holding them up a bit. I think that Brandon had a better pace, because Colin is already gained 2 seconds in the last lap on them, and this is a good fight for the podium though. That's what we want to see, as we see now Ken just from the look from behind, as Robessin is following them. So and now Brandon is past again. He's did push Jetfish a little bit there. And Robessin and Luce is still following the cars ahead with the DRS. And we only got 10 cars remaining so far. And Al has gone into the pit lane. Does he have any front wing damage? We don't know, but we will switch back to Brandon, who is now trying to create a gap of more than a second, if he can do that, of course. And I think Al is just going to do some fun laps on the soft tires here, and he is almost out of 1 second, so now that means that Jetfish is under pressure from Robessin here. And the gap, Jetfish just about doesn't have the DRS, I think. I just have to see if he does. No, he doesn't. So that means that Brandon is almost clear of Jetfish here. If Jetfish, of course, can gain it back in the next one, if he has a good exit. Otherwise, yeah, he's gaining, but he's also losing. He's around. No, he's back in the DRS zone. So we got 3 laps left. Who will end up on the podium? Who will end up in P2 and P3 here? Oh, and Robessin is under pressure from Lucis. Lucis is now finally going for it, saving up a lot of ERSs compared to the drivers ahead of him, and maybe that could help him out in the fight for a podium here near the end. Just waiting to see. But this also means that Lucis is now outside of the DRS, of course. And Wu's closing in. We don't have a lot of battles near the end of the grid, so we will just keep our eyes on the podium fights. I think we got a fight for P2 and P4 at the moment, but if anyone picks up a penalty, they will drop out of the penalty range. Now Jamakovic picks up a penalty, but he's not in our top 4 fight, so this will not have an effect on the podium. Gaps are starting to form now. Jetfish doesn't have DRS, Lucis does have DRS, Robestian does have DRS, so maybe Robestian and Lucis can both slipstream and DRS back to Jetfish to maybe get us an exciting race. Now Colin is already, we have 2 laps remaining, alright. So lap 21 has already started, and this means that we are almost at the end of season 2 from RPM here tonight, and that means we will be very exciting to see season 3 back. Maybe different champions. We did have some very exciting champions. We got RPM Colin, RPM Boris and RPM Jono, who have gone on to become champions, but I saw Lucis is looking for it, and that means that Jetfish now is dropping behind Brandon a lot, actually, because he's fighting. That means that Brandon is liking this very much, what he's seeing in his back mirrors, as we see there. He is probably finishing in P2 if he doesn't pick up any further warnings. I need to check if I do have any further warnings. Got some information, need to keep an eye out on what's happening there, as Robestian is very close behind at the moment. Warnings wise, Brandon has 2, Jetfish 1, Lucis 1, Robestian has 2, so Robestian and Brandon need to watch out. Still, you can get 2 warnings in 2 corners, so it doesn't mean that it's finished, of course. Let's see, who is closing in. Brandon is now gone by 1.7 seconds as we almost go into the last lap here for these guys. And as we go, Robestian is also looking for it. This will be very exciting on the last lap, as Colin has already entered the last lap. We got the last lap of season 2 in high gear, and we are gonna fight for the podium with 1 lap to go. 3 cars can still take V3. Wu will end up on top. Jetfish not having DRS. Lucis has DRS. Robestian has DRS. Can he follow up in behind? He's got a good run. We got 3 cars fighting for top 3 here. Here comes Lucis on the outside. Robestian is looking for it. Jetfish is defending. Lucis has a lot of DRS. Can he take it? It's Jetfish, as we see. Yep, Lucis has come out ahead of him as Jetfish is losing out and Robestian is losing out. It's still not done. But Lucis has taken the position. He's gone up from P5 to P3 in the last 3 laps, meaning that he has done very well on saving his ERS, because I think it helped him out a bit there compared to the other drivers. I need to keep an eye on where Colin is exactly, but what an amazing fight. And Lucis, after all, is going to most likely get the penalty here, the podium, I mean. Here tonight, and it's an amazing race from him. I think Sprunky picked up a penalty. I was almost not sure it was who got the penalty there, and now can maybe Jetfish do a last lunge down. He's a lot of ERS, but so does Lucis, as we almost switched to Colin there. As we quickly switch to Colin, as Colin is about to win this race, the final race of the season. Amazing season from him, winning almost every race, and a beautiful result from him. And I just quickly switch back to see if we got anything. No, as we see Brandon, amazing season from him, amazing race in P2, and Lucis taking the final podium position here on the last lap, an amazing result from him. Jetfish has lost out just on the podium on the last lap in P4, and Robestin in P5. They were looking very good and they did very well. Andrew, a solid race in P6, and Jamekovic has gone into P7 on the line, but will that be P7 at the end? It will be, because Smuldlaus finishes in P8, and Sprunky is giving us some final season goodbye donuts here with his wing damage, and that is, I think, the same. I want to thank everyone for joining us every weekend, or no, not every weekend, every week, back in high gear. For we got some beautiful racing and some very exciting racing as well, just as we seen today again. And just doing some small donuts, maybe waiting for Al to close in, as we are about to end season 2, and we will be back soon with season 3, and I think it will be very exciting. So definitely come back next season. I think most of you are drivers just watching, so I hope to see you on next season. As Al is now looking, and Al is just going for a position here, and Sprunky is finishing the race, and that's it for Belgium tonight. We got it. What a good result, what an amazing race we have seen. We see some drama, we see some amazing moves, we see some big crashes, and that was very good to have watched. As we see, Colin is now has finished and won the race. Very well done by him, and Brandon in P2 of course, and Lucis rounding up the top 3. I think it's a beautiful podium, a very well deserved good race from the guys. No big problems here, and that's it for our final round. As we get the final results of the final race of the season, we see Colin has won the race again. Brandon in P2 has started in P2, so he did a very good job, only finishing 5.7 behind Colin, although Colin does have a penalty. Loses in P3, gained 1 position as Robestin dropped from P3 to P5. Unfortunately, Andrew made up some good positions in P6, and Jamekovic come from P15 to P7. Very good result from Smotla in P8, a bit disappointing result maybe with him. We would have loved to see what he could do. Al in P9, and Sprunky giving us some donuts in P10, and Lewis, Brent, Greg, Bakker, Captain Blade and Ross all DNF'd out of our last race of the season. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you are coming back for season 3? I heard you are banned. That's what I read in the chat, so maybe I know something. You are maybe back, and maybe if you are back, I'd love to see you again. So that's it. I tried to get an invite in. I don't know if the guys will joining. Just I will quickly add them to the party if possible. Otherwise we will. That's it for tonight, and I think most of the drivers are already added, so they need to join. Oh no, they need to join me. So I will just search if Lucis is already added to the group. I need to see his PS. Just a quick moment. Yeah, we will add him to the party, and then we will also try to add if we can add Banter Brandon as well, if he wants to join us, of course. Just see if he. Oh, he's already joined, so I don't know if. Yeah, I just need to wait for them if they want to join, of course. If they don't want to join, that's fine with me as well. Okay, just quickly need to show you some pictures from our winning driver. Don't know if they are joining. we will just have to wait for that. If they don't, that's fine by me. I had a good time, although I do have COVID, so I'm very proud of myself to pull through with that. But I want to thank you all for joining us again in season 2. We have some great battles. We did have some great racing and some amazing new tracks as well in this new season. Now will be back. I think we do have pre-season next week if everything is correct. If it's not, maybe we'll have a break week, but we will be back very shortly with season 3, and I think that or from what I know is that it will be very exciting. I will be there again to commentate and to race, and I hope the drivers or maybe fans who are watching will also be back for season 3 with us. We had a very good season and a very exciting news are up ahead, so please keep an eye out on our socials, and if you want to race in season 3 or maybe want to join RPM, you can have a look in the Discord, and I hope to see you all next season. I want to thank you all for joining in, and good night.